going to a strip club, I actually have a little trick.
When she quit your office, did you ask if her dad loved her? Welcome to Motherfunkler. With me, as always, the Prince of Misery and Darkness, Orlando Trivia Nick, and PR.
Prince is condescending, by the way. I'd say king.
King of that's overzealous. Do you think you're the king of darkness?
Wow. Well, never mind. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Wouldn't you rather be the prince?
I guess you're right. Well, Prince of Darkness.
Isn't that Ozzy?
Yeah.
No, I said Prince of Misery and Darkness.
Yeah, that's better. I like that better.
All right, yeah.
Fair.
You don't want to be the king of misery. There's still a little hope, like a glimmer of hope in your eye for the...
You guys just don't get it, man. There's no hope or glimmer. The reason why I enjoy my life is because I embrace the fact that life is complete misery. That's what gives me the hope. That's what makes me happy.
Well, and then also with me is the king of Fairy World, Christmas Town, PR from Allstate.
Nobody takes a shot if you bring it up.
What?
He has to bring up the North.
No. Yeah.
So when you bring it up, as long as he abstains, we're cool.
DJ Christmas Town is here, and the Wizard of Ed. Thank you for being a super producer. Intuitive Muse is also joining us. Holy moly, what a crowd!
We're ready to rock and roll, man.
Yeah. All right, so hit like and subscribe. Leave questions, comments, reviews. Send our shit to your friends and family.
I'm excited to get into it, man.
What do you want to get into?
I mean, there's I can kick it off if you guys don't mind. Just going down, we can go down some rabbit holes.
Let's go.
The first thing I'd like to discuss is that I was listening to one of our previous episodes when we were talking about weird celebrity crushes.
That's narcissistic.
I mean, I listened to it to try and make my voice not sound so lispy and fucking douchey. I really don't like the way it sounds on podcast. I'll be honest with you. On the microphone at trivia, I love it.
I don't listen to our podcast because I fucking hate how I sound.
Really?
Yep.
I listen to it to listen to you guys and to try and get better, but my own voice does make me want to fucking choke a baby. But beyond that, what I was listening to was the one where we were talking about weird celebrity crushes.
That is an awful analogy. If you were looking for something...
Did the baby give you consent for autoerotic?
That one took a minute to fucking land, huh?
No, we were trying to say, did he actually just say what he said?
Can I ask you a totally inappropriate question?
Yeah.
Me saying choke a baby, would it change in your brain if it was a boy baby or a girl baby?
No.
At all? Totally normal?
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. So
where are you going with that?
When I listened to the episode on our weird celebrity crushes, one of the biggest ones that I had in my whole life, I forgot and didn't bring her up. Parker Posey, it has always been something of a fucking weird sexual enlightenment for me. I think she's so fucking rad. She's so crazy and out there. She was in great movies in the 90s, and what has reminded me is that she's very relevant right now. She's in the third season of White Lotus. I have not watched it yet, but I've been talking to people who have just gone on and on about how great she is in that show. So I wanted to bring that up and kind of, I guess, clear the record, as it were. I haven't watched the show. I don't really watch new shows. PR, are you watching anything?
No, nothing new.
You had said The Interesting Gentleman or something.
The Interested Person.
Yeah.
I find that, so I've been trying to watch a few documentary series. I'm trying to find things that would addict me. I'm trying to get this dopamine rush.
This is another fucking.
I'll find somebody.
This is another serial killer red flag.
I'll find somebody to addict you if you want.
I hate being addicted to anything, right?
Okay.
So,
that's why you're so actively seeking something.
But I'm trying to find something. So, because people say to me, you got to watch this. This is binge worthy. You got to watch this. It's gonna get you going. I'm like, okay. So I watch it and I'm enjoying it. But binge worthy or addictive means that I can't leave the couch. I am gonna watch it because it's like the way.
I didn't mean to bring up a mediocre show then, I guess. I thought it was going to go a different direction.
I mean,
Me too.
when I was a kid growing up, it was Dallas, and Dynasty, and it was Rich Man Poor Man. It was. I couldn't wait for the next week's episode because
You
that's
were
how it
addicted
was.
to Dallas?
I loved it. Oh my
It's
god,
probably the chicks
that's
in it,
all
right?
we talked about at school the whole
man.
week
Really?
until we watched the next episode.
God, you're fucking older than me. That's radical. So, like, who shot JR? That was your fucking...
yeah,
Who
that's-
was it?
That's all we talked
was
about.
it? I don't
have
remember.
no fucking idea.
I think it was like his daughter, right?
I can't
can't
remember.
I just know. I do remember.
Are we allowed to start this show over? Really? We're going to talk about fucking soap operas?
80s fucking pop culture phenomenon? I think that's worth talking about.
If I ever had sex out of wedlock with Intuitive Muse, it would be not Parker Posey. Is that her name?
Yes, that's her
Not
name.
and not some fucking chump from Dallas. It would have to be an intergalactic alien to like save mankind.
Well, also, what if they have like 8 arms? They can do all kinds
Yeah.
of shit at the same time. It might blow your fucking mind.
I am ears deep in a binge-worthy series called Deep Space. It's on Gaia, and it is all about shit that probably isn't true. But I love it's a guilty pleasure.
I love that you say probably. It's just is so right.
I mean, it could be true. Everything could be true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything is a possibility, but it's about aliens, and so it's like Ancient Aliens on fucking steroids. Holy shit. They have illustrations of alien babes in there.
It gets you going, huh?
Yeah.
So you know the idea.
There's not that much
I mean,
there's not that much alien porn out
It
there.
reminds me of the movie Galaxy Quest, where fucking Tony Shalhoub. You seen Galaxy Quest?
Oh yeah.
So Tony Shalhoub
That's
is.
Sigourney Weaver was a smoking babe.
Oh,
in
she
that.
was. She had her tits
it Sigourney
out.
Weaver?
It's Sigourney Weaver's the number one chick with Tim Allen. Tim Allen's
Oh,
the guy.
when-
Alan Rickman.
when they crash the real
Yes,
spaceship
and her tits are-
and her
oh, yeah.
and her suit, yeah.
Ugh.
Oh
so
my.
Tony Shalhoub is one of the background players, and he is with one of the aliens, and they imply where he's about to have sex with her, and all of her fucking tentacles come out, and his eyes roll back in his head, and then you know obviously it pans away. But that's what that reminds me of. If you were to get into some shit with some alien, who the fuck knows what kind of craziness you're in for? Like total immersion.
I mean,
And expulsion, ultimately.
and she can choke.
Yes, to bring it back to the last episode, she could choke you while doing 4
Alien
other things
shit.
to your body.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a massage with 3 women massaging you at the same time?
Have you?
So you have like six arms.
God
moving.
damn, PR. Tell me about what you've experienced.
I have had
please.
that, and it is absolutely one of the most
Wait.
amazing experiences.
6 women or 6?
No,
six
3
six
women-
women
humans.
arms
So-
or
6 people.
or
So-
six
no.
6 men arms.
No, 3 women, 6 arms. It is a messed up.
Maybe 2 women and a little person woman to like make me
No,
feel better about
this was,
myself.
So I was on a trip on a holiday
Did you get that
to
joke?
to
All right.
a beautiful hotel in the north of India. And the hotels in India are just something else. And I went to the spa on one of the days and said, and they said, "Would you like to have one of these?" And I thought,
I'll take the Royal.
I'll take 'em all.
So
I'll take it
there was
all.
the-
How
so-
much is it? Holy shit,
all of
that's
them.
cheap.
No.
Okay, all your girls, bring them up.
So there was like, you could have somebody massage you, could have 2 people massage you, could have 3, and there was a term for it.
Was 3 the max?
3 women, 3 massage.
I mean, sure, you could probably just pay. You'd be like, hey.
And I said, okay, well, let's do 3. And I thought, this would be an interesting experience because you're talking about the arms, right? I'm just trying to imagine.
Sure.
It is completely, it messes with you because I've
You don't know
done-
which way is up.
No, it's because you can't work out. There's actually 6 things moving around you simultaneously. It is just but when you leave, it is one of the most amazing experiences, and I will go back again and I'll do it again. So there was no orgasm at the end of it.
No choking.
Unfortunately, no. But I can imagine now that you talk about fantasizing with a woman with 6 arms.
alien babes.
Alien, that could, yeah.
I mean, it is disappointing you didn't have an orgasm at the end of it. Is what I take from that story.
I should have.
Maybe
or
it was,
that you're
maybe
not
it was,
admitting
maybe
it.
it was an auto.
Did you just finish yourself off at the end of that? Just to save yourself from the blue
Listen,
balls?
I'm not
Okay,
sharing
you're
any
gonna keep
notes
that
here
quiet.
with
All
you
right.
guys.
We can
Were they gorgeous Indian women or were they,
They were
large
not-
and heavy
They
and
were
hairy?
actually, interesting. They were Filipino women. They're very
Petite?
petite. Yes,
okay.
very petite woman.
Nubile?
Stout.
Yes.
That's what I picture.
Yeah. So
Stout.
yeah, they were on the massage table. 3 women on the massage table.
God, this
and
sounds
these
like
arms.
a fucking pandemonium, bro.
That's interesting.
Dude, PR getting fucking loose with it.
Yeah, I was totally loose.
Massage is weird to me. Sometimes, like, I don't know. I'm always nervous I'm going to get fucking hard the whole time. Like, so the whole time, like, there's half of my brain trying to relax and enjoy. The other half is like, don't be the guy who gets fucking hard right now. And
Yeah.
every single time I do anyway. So it's,
I'm more concerned about snoring.
really?
I'm a snorer, and
That happens when I feel cozy.
And I always wake myself up in massages and or airplanes going. I have my first snore, and it's like a snort.
You shouldn't care. I would think that the masseuse thinks that's fucking awesome. In my head, if I was a masseuse massaging somebody, I'd be like, awesome, they fell asleep.
Yeah.
Now I can, still have my hands on them, but I don't have to really work that hard. They'll just sleep through this thing, and they're going to enjoy it because they actually got to sleep.
Relax.
That only happens when I'm truly relaxed and like feel what I say is like cozy, which is a rare feeling for me. The last one I can remember, it was when we were recording at the Crow's Nest. I remember an early morning when I was the right kind of hungover, like where you don't feel sick, you just kind of feel exhausted. And we were there, and you made a great boozy coffee, and we're sitting on the back porch, and it felt like, the feeling as if I was a rock star. I had a rock show all night long, and now I'm like in the morning recovering, but still feel good.
Yeah.
It was a very cozy, very cool feeling that is rare.
Relaxed accomplishment.
Yes, relaxed accomplishment. So, I mean, is that something do you guys relate to this?
No.
Is this, no, not at all?
No.
PR, no. It's just something in my fucking brain. You can relax, have 6 women massage you, and you're fucking cool.
Normally when I go to a massage place, I put myself in that zone before I'm trying to work myself into it. I went into that zone some years ago. So like you, I went to Japan in 2017, and so I went for my first yoga class.
You went to yoga in Japan?
In Japan.
All right.
So I was at one of these, these, I don't know, what do you call it, but a resort, and, where they did the salt baths and yoga, and, it was quite incredible. But anyways, I said, early morning, I'm going to go for this. And so, get myself into that zone where I'm totally relaxed. And, I get to the class. I'm the only person in the class. And the yoga instructor
sounds like the
porn.
This sounds like the beginning. Yeah. Of the
Sounds
best,
like the
the best porn video I've ever
back
seen.
on porn again. So
I
anyway,
mean, if PR's in it, it's not going to be the best one I've ever seen.
This is no porn though. So here I am.
I'd watch it.
And I'm more.
God damn.
I am more relaxed.
Jesus Christ, bro.
So I'm more relaxed.
Like, can we just recognize he just said that he'd watch a porn with you?
Without a doubt, if any friend was in a porn, we would all watch it. We'd be like, we'd be curious.
I agree, but I thought you were about to say if any of our friends were in it, it would be PR I'd want to see the most.
No.
That was going to disturb me on multiple levels.
It'd just be like, it's so if you're clicking through the porn clickbait shit, and you see something fucking weird, you're like in your mind, you're like, nah, okay, I'll watch it.
I mean, if I'm scrolling and I see Ed's face contorted, you just show a clip. So it's not like the beginning, they show like vinegar. He's like, If I saw Ed's, I'd probably.
We'd watch I'd
watch it.
I'd watch
see
it.
what how it shakes out,
I don't know if I would be sexually aroused, but I'd be like, I'll watch it.
But I mean,
so would
you not knowing if you'd be sexually aroused give you stress? If you were watching, let's say you see the time ticker and it's 6 minutes long, and you're watching Ed just go to town on somebody for a minute, and then it's like, I don't know if I'm going to. Would that then cause you stress? Because that's going to change your relationship with Ed forever if you become sexually aroused, right?
Let me talk about this idea of watching somebody. So I had a person that worked in my office some years ago, and she didn't go into porn, but she went to a strip club. She decided to resign from my office, and she was hot. By any stretch of the imagination, she was hot. And she decided there's more money in being a stripper than in actually working in our office.
Should have paid her more.
So we tried to up her
In
salary.
once.
So she resigned and joined a strip club, and one of my friends who was part of our business, he insisted on going to that strip club to see her.
Of course.
Because you want to see your coworker naked.
I absolutely would not go because I just found it to be
God, you're such a fucking
I was
bitch.
just not going to do
You're
it.
such a hypocrite.
I'm not
and
angry,
such a
I'm
bitch.
disappointed.
He's gonna be
So-
fucking polite. I'm gonna be impolite and tell you that is such a bitch move.
So
man.
I would not want to see a person that I worked with, lap dancing without anything on.
I would
just
have made
found
it as awkward as possible.
Oh, it would have been my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
to create even more awkwardness than necessary. Oh man.
Yeah.
Which
so,
going to a strip club, I actually have a little trick.
When she quit your office, did you ask if her dad loved her?
Oh my god, dude, she's just trying to make a living, bro.
yeah, no,
Come
her
on.
dad didn't know though.
All strippers have daddy issues.
Yes.
Every person has parent issues. So again, a spectrum. But like, I am disappointed that you didn't go look at her butthole. Like you weren't like, it'd be interesting to see what her butthole looks
I would
like.
have been embarrassed for her because I knew her as well as I did.
It's just a
It
projection.
was just never going to happen.
Fair
Just
enough.
a projection.
You say projection. That's an argument to me. If you were actually concerned that she'd be dancing and that she would feel awkward that you're there and that's why you chose not to go, then I have no problem with you. But if you're saying to me that you would feel awkward seeing her butthole, you said she was...
No, I had no. I just felt that she knowing, because I just feel that these people that are dancing and are doing, and stripping and having, they're entertainers, right? But they actually don't. They don't see the person that they're entertaining. There's no connection.
They're never
right?
going to love you.
But with me being there, I
they're
was
never
somebody
gonna-
that she knew. I was somebody that she knew. I saw in the morning. We spent the day together.
I have
in
a
the
feeling
office.
PR didn't want to go because he was afraid that she wouldn't reciprocate the love that he had for her.
Oh no, I think he didn't want to go because he was afraid of the feelings he'd have in his own self.
Yes.
Upon seeing it
So in a roundabout way,
pop, lock, and drop.
So in a roundabout way, if I was scrolling through Pornhub and I saw one of you guys, I would not want to see it. I would just skip. I think
that's
scroll through.
I think that's bullshit.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
I
because.
call bullshit.
Well, if it was a video where it was just me, I would expect that you would not want to see it.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Under those parameters,
Yeah,
correct.
if it's like the video is like Ed Gone Wild and it's just Ed, I agree I wouldn't want to see it. But if it was
just
Ed,
just the trunk down.
if it was just Ed and the librarian, then maybe
Interesting. I
want
wanna
to
see
check
how-
poke around,
I wanna
see
check
what's
out the
going on,
librarian.
Yeah, see what's hanging
God
and banging.
dang.
But so going to a strip club, what I've always found, I always used to go to the bank and get a bunch of $2 bills. So instead of tipping $1 bills, you tip a bunch of $2 bills.
So that they remember you?
And you are like a fucking celebrity. Every time I've ever done that, the strippers seem to like it more than they like fucking even larger bills, which makes no sense, but it's the novelty of it. And you don't feel like a weirdo. If you go to a bank and you go, can I have 100 ones? Like, they kind of know what you're doing. If you're like, can I have $100 in twos? They're like, oh, this guy's a fucking weird guy. And like, they're going to go, we only have 18 twos.
Oh, he's going to hand
in
these
the
out
brand.
to his nephews.
Yeah, he's going to put them in, the graduation cards. It's going to be fun, which is the story you use. You're like, yeah, it's my nephew's 13th birthday. Can I have 13 $2 bills? And you do that at 3 banks, and you're good for a strip club excursion.
You really go to 3 banks before you get money to go to a strip club?
I mean, if it's a real strip club experience, it's rare that I do that. But if it's like somebody's birthday or something or a bachelor party, yeah. Bachelor party, definitely.
3 banks?
I'll go around. Well, if the first bank has $52 bills, then I don't have to go to multiple.
Who gives a shit? Do you really give a shit if they care? If that poor teller who probably strips at night?
No, I'm not saying they're going to judge me. I'm saying they don't keep $52 bills on hand.
Oh, the $2. Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to the bank to get the $2 bills, that they only have a certain number on hand. And if it's a bachelor party and I want it to be a fun experience, I think that adds a little joke to it.
Yeah.
It's like fun. where they're like, oh shit, Nick brought $2 bills. He's a fucking weirdo.
Where's the oddest? Have you ever gone to a strip club, like the craziest strip club?
I've got some
It's like,
stories.
what
but
the fuck
let me talk
am
to
I
you about
doing
strip clubs.
I've got
baby.
some
at this
stories.
place?
I got some good ones for you. You take this shot. Where you at?
Okay.
While you're doing a
He
shot,
said no.
I
What?
didn't say
Such
no.
a fucking.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
not? Okay.
All right, we'll
I'll
wait.
hold on. Okay.
We'll wait. For
So,
PR.
tell us about those.
well,
got
you
some good
start
ones.
then.
I was in the Isle of Man some years ago. It's a
Is that the strip club?
no
DJ
no,
Man.
It's
DJ Isle of Man.
it's just off the UK in the Channel Islands, and you can imagine a little island, right?
I would imagine.
Oh my gosh,
Little
it
baby
is.
Isle of Man.
So I'm with a group of about 10 of us. And we decide after dinner at about 9-10 o'clock we're going to go to a strip club. We get to the strip club and it's lights like the way this place is lit up, so that tells you the lights are just wrong. It should be a little bit darker, I would think. And the average age of the stripper is probably 60.
Okay, you went a much more legally safe. I actually
60.
lost my breath for a minute because I thought you were going to say they were younger.
No,
60 is gross.
it's disgusting.
But legal. I mean, there's a go. Yeah, no.
No, I
Parker
mean-
Posey's 50 side. I'd check her out.
Yeah, so that for me was just, and I did not want to have them, kind of lap dancing at all. It was
Flapping
gross.
in the wind.
No, that was just a.
Flap
So that
dance.
was for me.
Flap
And
dance.
let me tell you, we were there for
Nice.
all of 10 minutes. Only one of the 10 of us, one guy decided he was going to stay.
I think you have to do it. I think you have to get a lap dance from a 60-year-old just out of principle.
No.
Like if you go with a bunch of guys
yeah.
to a strip club and they're all over 60, I think it's like just
Dude,
it's common.
That's, That's kind of tame. I feel
Just
like
gotta
me
do
and
it.
you can trade fucking terrible. I have
Oh.
some great.
There's some that I like that
Memorable.
I
Let's
would-
go
I
for
would-
like the most out there. Well,
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
some that I wouldn't even.
I have maniac shit. So
Let's
I
do
can
this.
start kind of tame. Yeah, let's take
Cheers,
a shot.
guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my!
Cheers. Uh-huh.
Should I go? Can I go dirty on this?
Go very,
I don't even
go
know.
very
I don't
dirty.
even know if Amanda knows some of these stories.
Love it.
Oh my! You
want me to start?
Yeah.
You wanted to go. So how do you want me
Are
to
we
go?
gonna like one up each other on
Well,
this?
if we're doing that, if we're going to ascend in order
Yeah.
of disgustingness, then I will start at the most tame.
Okay.
So starting at the most tame, the Bottoms Up Club in New Smyrna. We were there. It wasn't even a bachelor party. We were just hanging out. We all had fake IDs. The cops ultimately busted us, and the only person who got away with it is fat fucking scumbag Donald Garman, who had an ID that looked
So
nothing
how old were
like
you
him.
then?
I was like 18, and I had a fake ID. They saw right through it. Back then they just go, get the fuck out of here, bro. They didn't even take the ID. They're just like, get out of here. Donald's the only one. They were like, they looked at his ID and they're like, oh yeah, you're fine. I'm like, that fat piece of fucking garbage. Anyway, so the Bottoms Up Club, that one, one arm,
Okay.
and
Sorry, the stripper had one arm?
yes, and I felt
No.
so bad for her that
That's
I
wrong.
actually got 2 lap dances and like did not enjoy it. But I was like, God damn. In my head, I was like, this poor fucking woman only has one arm and she's out here fucking stripping, doing her thing. I was like, I got it. Like, and nobody's giving her any attention. So I got 2 very unenthusiastic lap dances, like a lazy plumber.
Did you have $2 bills?
You only
as
got
well?
one thumbs down.
Like I got 1 thumbs down.
Did you give a $2 bills though?
No, that was before my scheming. I was only like 18 years old when this happened.
Okay.
That place was a shithole. It's closed now, but that's my first in a crescendo of
How many?
just
So I think
beautiful.
I really have 2 or 3.
I could do an entire hour-long podcast.
and one of them is just kind of awesome, but it kind of anyway. So yeah, let's go
So
for
hit
3.
me.
So let's
you want
see.
to do 3 each?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
you.
we'll cap it. Let's see. First, I think I was in Oklahoma, and same setup as PR. All old ladies. One old lady, like just not, what are they? Rode hard, put away wet. Holy shit! And she's talking. She's instead of being sensual and sexy, she's having just regular conversation with us. And we're young. We're 18, something like that.
Yeah.
She goes up to the top of while she's telling us about putting her son through college, she goes up to the top of the pole and does that maneuver where they come down really hard and
Slam
they do
down.
the splits and slam.
You ever seen that, PR?
Yeah.
She didn't get
That
back.
was a lie, bro. That was the worst lie you've ever
Well,
done.
I not only did I see that with a stripper, I had
You
a
did it?
friend. I did see that, but I had a friend
No,
whose
did you do it
wife
yourself?
actually did it as well. She decided.
Did you give her a 1?
He gave her the old
That was
one,
like
too.
oddest things, like you were out with friends,
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw
and
that
then
maneuver.
one of the wives,
That's pretty cool.
professional maneuver on a pole like that. I was like,
I always think of myself as a fucking degenerate, but there are moments in my life where it's gone up a level where I know now that I'm more of a scumbag than I was yesterday and that I'll never make it back down. And that was one of the moments. I remember sitting at a strip club and seeing that maneuver where they just fucking do a split and just slam down. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm a changed man. This is a different Nick. Like, it's like the tickle your balls theory. You guys know what the tickle your balls theory
What's
is?
the tickle your balls theory?
If you're
bite.
as you're growing up and as you're dating women and having sex with women, if they're fucking, all of a sudden you're having sex and they reach back and tickle your balls, you can never go the opposite direction. Like, you can never be with a woman now that doesn't tickle your balls. Okay? They fucking play around, do crazy shit. You can never go backwards. You can only go forward. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm different. I've now seen
it was your
something
black
else.
swan moment.
Yes. Yes.
Life was never the
So,
same without it.
Did not
before
mean to
that.
interrupt. Please
All
continue.
good. Lady goes to the top, comes slamming down, does not get back up. The EMS shows up and hauls her ass out.
Oof. All right. So that's your number one.
Yeah.
So number two for me, my friend who was my best friend before Donald ate his way into my heart. My best friend moved to Indiana, and we took a road trip to go see him. And before we got to Indiana, we stopped, I think, in St. Louis, and it may have been Kansas because I know the law. Basically, what the law was that no drinking in the strip club. But you could bring it in. So there were alcohol distributors, bars outside, and you'd buy a bunch of beer, liquor, or whatever, and just immediately walk in with it. And then because of those rules, it was fucking no limits inside. Like, it is what it is. So we were there. I was just freshly 21. So just barely, didn't really know the world. Young Nick, And I'm sitting there, and we get a couple of strippers to come over and give us lap dances, and she was wearing American flag bikini, I remember. She reaches down.
I know her.
Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah, I did. I remember hanging out with her. She reaches down, and, she exposes her breasts from the bikini, and she's dancing, and she fucking just squirts all in my face.
Get on.
Just breast milk. Just
I am
fucking
disgusted.
projectile.
With the thought.
And I'm sitting there, and I don't think my expression changed. I just sat there like, what the fuck just happened? So I had, at 21,
It's like being at Kobe and having a shrimp thrown.
Yes, yes, except that you've never been to hibachi. You've never seen hibachi.
Excuse me, miss.
You kind of know in your head that hibachi exists, but you don't have never experienced it, and all of a sudden the hibachi's in your fucking face.
Excuse me, miss. I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, it was like, I was sitting there like, holy shit. Like,
Sorry, which city were you in?
so I think it was St. Louis, Missouri, I think. I'm not 100%
I gotta remember this.
on that.
I'm put down that I will never go to a strip
I
club
thought you were
in
going
St.
to go.
Louis.
That you have
no,
a
never
breast
go
milk
to.
I think he's
scenario.
being facetious.
Never.
Who, me?
No, him.
When we go on the road,
think so, too.
when we go on the road with our podcasts, when we do
You're gonna get breast
St.
milk right
Louis,
in the face.
Missouri, we will not go to a strip club.
Oh, wait,
there.
I'm going to trick you. I'm going to get it done. So that's my number two. What you got?
Oh my. Yeah, was in Kansas. Went to a dirt floor strip club. Similar sort of deal with the alcohol. It was, you pay by the cooler that you bring in. It was like $5 for a one-handled cooler, $10 for a two-handled cooler. I was a pledge in a fraternity, and we actually had one weekend night like away from all of our duties and bullshit fraternity stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a group of us escaped to this place called the Outhouse.
Dude.
Fucking
Are
dirt.
you fucking kidding
No,
me?
dirt-
They named a strip club the Outhouse.
The outhouse, dirt floor. It was fucking insane.
An outhouse is where you go take a shit in a hole.
It's called the outhouse. The chicks were blatantly college chicks and pretty smoking for being a fucking dirt floor strip. I mean, there was some special ones.
A lot of money
there.
to be had, bro.
Yeah. So we saddle up to our table. The deal at this strip club was you fold a $1 bill into a very small square, put it in your mouth, lean back on the stage, and they pick it up with their fucking cooch.
Wow.
And
Eagle exercises.
yeah. So obviously we all participate in this. Somehow the actives in the fraternity found out that we were there, showed up halfway through our experience, and one of my pledge brothers was pretty much forced to go lay back on stage for the fattest, most disgusting stripper that without a doubt had white creamy shit dripping out her fucking vagina.
God.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
I was just thinking that that would be. I was just thinking about the hygiene levels at all points.
This is your number 2?
Yeah. My final one is actually really pleasant, but like
Okay, well then that helps me because I have 2 more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the one that's not that bad.
Okay.
Because if you're telling me it's kind of pleasant, I'm gonna do the
So
one that's more
are
fun.
you anywhere as close as Trevor's number 2?
My number
Sorry,
my number
t-
3 is
I mean number 2.
my
and then
number 3
2.
I've told you both about, but it's Terminator shit. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'll talk about a different one. When the fat piece of shit got married in Key West, Donald, we all went down there for the wedding, not bachelor party, including my father. We went to the Red Garter Saloon. Anybody?
No.
So there's multiple strip clubs on Key West, or there at least there were back then. Very lax rules there. Red Garter was one of them, and I'm there with my father and his wife and like a bunch of people. Like we're hanging out, and a large stripper's doing her thing, and my dad like puts 20 down, which is good money, especially back then for a stripper.
Nothing like going to a strip club with your dad.
He folded it and he put it there, and he's kind of partying, talking to somebody. She's in front of him. He turns and sees her and leans back, and all I remember is like the large body consuming my father's head. Like, so all I remember is shoulder, like her body stops at his shoulders, and then it was like a suction. He moves his arms like he can't breathe, and then there's a suction noise, and he's back, and he's covered in glitter, his entire fucking head. And the wedding was 2 days later, and he still had fucking glitter on his head when we went to the wedding. So that's my.
I apologize for
Safe
laughing
third
profusely with your dad's pain.
I mean, no, he'll still tell you the story. I mean, he says that he, saw the galaxy that evening. I think he just
That's awful.
saw the inside of a woman.
Awful story. That's just awful.
But hit me with number 3.
I'm going to go safe on yeah, all right.
I mean, you told me you were going fucking safe because I'm not going to drop the fucking nuclear bomb unless I have to.
No,
and
yeah.
I don't think we're
Yeah, I
going
don't
to.
think we should. For the sake of all the children listening to this podcast.
If you're letting your kids listen to this podcast, you
You're
got a fucking problem.
Yeah. You should be sterilized.
Well, nobody should have kids, but you really shouldn't have kids.
So let's see. Oh, I got a good one. It has nothing. It kind of has to do with strippers.
Hit me.
I used to have a business partner. We represented publicly traded companies. We would sell them. Yeah, it was a fun business. We had a website, and we would profile businesses on our website and then upsell our services with a video and audio so that investors could connect with the company and spend money. That led us to traveling around the United States, and we would plan our trips where 3 days would be business and getting media collected, and then 2, 3, 4 days of just debauchery.
Mm-hmm.
And inevitably the trips started with the very first night going to a strip club to see what the local talent was like, and then we would celebrate at the end of the trip by going to a strip club. Vegas. We went to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
One of my first times in Vegas. I show up in Vegas, go straight to the liquor store, and we caught the early flight out of here, so we get to Vegas pretty early. Immediately grab a bottle of tequila, go to our amazing hotel room in the back of Circus.
Wow.
It was scary. we were on a budget, you know, like
Yeah.
we were young guys. It was better than sleeping in a hostel in Peru. But anyway, first night we go out and we're like, let's hit a strip club. And we're like, and it's one of those stories where it's like, we're just going to go to one strip club and then we're going to go back and I don't gamble, but I'm like, we're going to go back and gamble.
You're like,
and,
listen, man, we're going to do our one strip club. Then we're going to go
Right.
see Penn and Teller. And then we're going to go hit the roulette table and then we'll be in bed by 11.
so
I don't think it ever works out like that.
we jump in a cab and we're like, we want to go to this strip club. And the cab driver says, you don't want to go to this strip club. They're all tied in, right? So like you get in the cab.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, listen, you guys, you don't have the disposition for this fucking strip
Right.
club.
No.
And I would immediately look at that taxi driver and go, you
Take
don't
me
fucking
there.
know who you're talking to.
This is like
You don't have the disposition to tell me that I don't have the disposition to go to the strip club.
This is like a kickback system. So like if
Gotcha.
you say I want to go to a steakhouse, they're like,
Yeah.
no, you don't want to go to that one. You want to go to the one
Yes.
that I'm tied to because they get
Gotcha.
money back.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, you want to go to this strip club? We're like, all right. And he goes, if you go to the strip club, I'll pay for your cover and for your first drink, and hands us a wad of cash. And we're like, this is great.
Wow.
So we go into the strip club. Pay the cover charge is like $100.
You're like, Tyrone sent us. We're good.
First drink is like $30, and we're like, all right, a couple of stage dances and what have you, and we're like, all right, we're going to another strip club. Call another cab. We're like, take us to this. We're trying to get to the one original strip club, and the guy's like, no, you don't want to go to that strip club. You want to go to this strip club. Also hands us a wad of cash. Says, here's your entrance fee. Here's for your first drink. So after like 6 strip clubs, we're fucking annihilated. And we're like, hey, it sounds like a really good idea to take the money, wait inside the strip club, not pay our cover, and we'll just wait 30 minutes and then go catch another cab, and then we'll have money to gamble with. No. Horrible idea in Vegas. So it's 4 of us. We go to leave. The guy that was holding all the cash jumps in a cab, starts to drive off, while the cabbies wait around the corner to get their kickback from us being inside.
Yeah.
They come at us with fucking tire irons. The guy with the money takes off. We're surrounded by these little foreign guys fucking yelling and screaming in languages that we can't understand. And we calm them down, get our buddy to come back, give the money back, and we couldn't get a cab ride for a while.
All right. I was going to say they have to tag the money. So what they have to be doing is the cash has to be fucking noted. Like it has to have some stamp
Invisible
on it,
ink.
so that they fucking know which cab driver is fucking sending the people
Right.
to them, so that they can then give the kickbacks to the taxi driver.
Yeah.
It's got to be what is going on.
Yeah,
Rad.
we had to walk back to the
Well, off the air, I'll tell you
amazing
about my fucking-
circus hotel accommodations.
You reminded me of another
Highly
fucking
recommend going to the motel behind Circus
Vegas
Circus.
shit.
I
I've
can
had
tell you
some fucking experiences.
Full
in
disclosure
Vegas.
is that every time I've been given with friends cash to go to a strip club, I have followed the instruction and gone to the strip club
I believe you.
and enjoyed the strip clubs.
Are you making subtle hints? That
I
we're
have
supposed to
never
give you cash right
decided
now?
I
to-
think he's telling us he wants to go to fucking dancers.
I think we
Today,
should. I think
Sunday.
Sundays.
Hey,
Is there strip clubs open in Orlando?
Dude, we could take our
Strip
phones.
club?
We could pause right now and go to fucking dancer. Oh, they're open.
They're
if
open
if you're wondering.
Sundays?
Yeah, they're open.
Okay.
But
It's
you know,
the brunch special.
I don't think you want to do that professionally, PR. I feel like you don't want a live
No.
podcast of you fucking raging.
Okay. Should we do a podcast at a strip club?
I was thinking that.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Thunder Down Under. Let's do it at a male strip club.
Jesus.
Oh no.
I want to see PR get
A male strip
out of
club.
the 3 of us. I'm the most comfortable. Trevor would just be zoned out, but PR would be literally so fucking uncomfortable with just dick flopping in your face the whole time that we're.
The idea
hosting.
of a male stripper just scares the shit out of me.
Scares you?
Yeah, no, that would be too much for me, man. Yeah, no, I would have to say no.
I know what I'm going to get him for his
I
birthday.
know, right? Like we're gonna order fucking
Yeah,
entree to
yeah,
come
one
here
of those
and fucking
pink ones.
flop him.
It's
right
going to
in
be
the
a
pink floppy?
guy dressed as a cop.
yeah. He's
I'm-
gonna go.
he's gonna-
Excuse me, sir.
Do you have a
You're
license?
under arrest
You have a
for
license
being
to sell
too
those hot
sexy.
dogs?
Yeah. Do you have a license for those buns?
So, but talking about those floppies, do you guys take Cialis or
What is Cialis? Is that for hair growth?
no?
No, it's like a
It's
Viagra.
like Viagra.
No, I've
Is it-
never.
is it-
I took one time. I was 16 years old. My friend's dad was a psychiatrist. Is that the person that
Just
can
so
deal
you
out
guys know,
drugs?
we've already talked about this on the podcast.
I have.
This story's been told.
Okay.
It was when we found
I'll
names.
I digress.
When we had the fanny pack the random fanny pack at your house that we found with what we're not gonna say whose it was, but
I'll say whose it was.
there was Viagra in it. That's when we discussed this on the podcast.
Okay.
So
all right,
we have
never
discussed
mind. Never
this.
you mind.
But I'm not gonna
Well, what are we gonna say next then?
bring it. Oh, well, I'm
Well,
just saying.
I just want to know that does it work
No, do you take
every
it?
time? No, I just Nick and I were having
I
a
mean, I'm
conversation.
not experienced enough to tell you if it works every time. I can tell you that I've tried it and experimented with it. It seems to work fucking fine for its purpose with me. And it has to do with the conversation we were having off mic. Specifically, I was having with the Intuitive Muse. Here, as you get older, what our last episode had a lot to do with masturbation. And as you get older, you have to plan when you jerk off because you can't physically then fucking party that night if you've already... Like, I miss being in my early 30s when it was like I didn't have to think about when I jerked off. I had enough juice in the tank no matter what. Now you have to kind of plan it out. So
Yes.
that's what I was talking about.
I don't have
That's
to
what I was
plan that
discussing.
shit
I
out.
mean, you're all that is man, I guess.
Maybe you guys should quit drinking.
I think that I would never get laid if I did that. So then there's no reason to be hard. I guess would be my argument.
No, I think the reality is that, and the conversation that Nick and I were having was that as you age, things start. Your body needs support, medical support.
I disagree.
Well, you're also
medical
not
support.
57 years old.
Yeah.
So
I think that
If you don't
it's
use it, you
pretty
lose it.
normal. Pretty normal.
Is it true that if you don't use
Yes.
it, you lose it?
No,
Yeah.
you can use it as much as you can. The reality is that at a point, your body starts to atrophy, decompose, atrophy. And what's the past tense of it? Is it atrophy? No.
Well, atrophy is the word that you would use in
Yeah.
the correct tense. I don't know the past tense of atrophied.
That's
or-
why I said atrophy,
But
thinking that it's a
you
past
weren't
tense.
using it in a past tense. You were using it in a present tense.
So I think my body starts to
atrophy.
Oh, I think it'd be atrophy. But anyway, but the reality is that it needs help.
No,
And so Cialis
it's all mental. It's
and
mental.
Viagra is the fact that your blood is not moving in that direction. The blood is all in the brain, and the blood needs to move down.
You're playing a victim role here.
Yeah, is it? But I want to have this podcast in 10 years time
Yeah.
when you're having that issue.
I mean, and you by then have
Hey,
to
don't-
tie it
don't-
to a stick.
Don't wish
To
that,
keep it hard.
that
Let it be
negative
60s.
magic shit on me. There will be no issue.
I mean, 60s is rough.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I am not excited about being
But
60.
but in reality, Trevor, is that it's a thing that you take a tablet just to be normal.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
I mean, dude, you're not going to get a positive response from Trevor. He's against any sort of modern medication of any kind.
Yeah.
Like, he
No,
thinks it's cheating.
No, I would no, absolutely. I take medication for whatever.
Like, antibiotics
I
are
need to take.
cheating because your immune system should be powerful enough to win without them.
No,
Correct?
not powerful enough to win. It's for your body to practice so that it can build up immunity for future experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep taking shit that fucking wipes out all of your good bacteria, you're fucked.
I mean, the overuse of antibiotics, I agree, are not good.
Some people are addicted to antibiotics.
But penicillin, like, fucking saved civilization.
yeah,
So, like, you need it at times. It's
maybe
whether or
some of
not
those
when you
turds
need
should have been wiped out.
it. Oh, eugenics is what we're talking about.
No.
I
just-
mean, the weak should just get rid of them.
Culling of the herd.
I mean, we need people to dig our ditches and shit, bro. Like, you want to dig? I don't want to fucking dig.
I mean,
I'll tell you that.
I'll do it if I have to.
From Cialis and Viagra to digging ditches. I mean, just
Cialis is boring to me.
where's
I
the-
agree.
It's
We were
fucking-
trying to get more controversial because that shit
Come
was
on.
kinda
digging
lame.
ditches, I agree that I don't want to ever dig a ditch. I wouldn't even know where to start with it.
Hey, do you guys want to talk about The Young and the Restless?
I mean, or Dallas.
Hey,
You said you
Dallas.
were a big fan of Dallas.
Cialis, Dallas.
I mean, I do think it's highly relevant to talk about shit that like people are watching on TV. I don't watch anything fucking fresh and new. I can talk about what I've been doing.
What have you been doing?
We have some more fucking party time to talk about.
Yeah. So is it about that time?
I think it may be.
For Motherfunkler Nuggets! Boom!
Yeah, man. I think that's the most natural transition we've had since we started the show. So
You like the little boom I added in there?
I did.
Little boom?
Dude, I mean, you're a fucking pro. You do a good job.
Boom.
So where I left off last time was talking about Thursday Hannibal Hop Hannibal. Then I went to Antonio's for dinner after that. It was fucking pretty rad.
Is it Italian food?
It is like a Italian steakhouse, I guess you could say.
I fucking hate Italian.
It's been around
food.
forever. You know, Italian is not I'm Italian, but it's not my first choice.
I would say that I take issue with him for saying that because that's my favorite food.
It's horrible.
What is horrible about Italian? There's nothing in Italian food. So the pasta,
it's a certain
amazing.
I can't exactly
Pizza.
name what it is, but there's a spice in it that I just fucking despise.
Wow.
oregano.
It's probably oregano.
It's probably oregano. I don't like it.
And it
I
has,
love oregano.
Yeah, so I just take it out of everything that I'm going to have.
Then it's not
Oregano's
Italian.
out.
Then it's
No,
not Italian.
I make pasta at home. Always al dente. Every Friday night, as you know, I make my own pasta, and
Oh, we know.
and it's absolutely outrageous.
So that was Thursday. Friday, I actually went to the Dr. Phillips Center to see Cialis, which is a show put on by an organization called Momix, and it was a very trippy, almost Cirque du Soleil, but not that intense with the acrobatics. It's not a musical as in nobody sings, but it's to a soundtrack and then they perform. And it's like Alice is a character running around, but it's really more about the lives of the individual other characters that are going on. And it was, I mean, I can't tell you how
Was
fucking
Alice a
awesome
babe?
it was. Yeah. So there are four. So the whole troupe is 7 people, 3 men, 4 women. The 4 women take turns kind of dressing as Alice and running around. You can tell the lead Alice, one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life. And she has these fucking dance numbers. Unfucking believable. It's like, so there's illusion, like almost Houdini style, like fucking weird escape stuff on stage during this. But again, there's no narration. They don't tell you. You just watch it. It's a performance theater. This shit was fucking great. The soundtrack is on Spotify under Momix, Alice in Wonderland. If you check it out, it's fucking rad. And it's real artists like Franz Ferdinand, who sang Take Me Out. They did one of the songs. Like, it's a whole thing. That shit was fucking great. And you would dig it the most, Trevor. I'm telling you. It's fucking trippy enough, but it's not over the top where you're like, okay, they're trying to fucking get into Grateful Dead territory. They're trying to just bend your mind a little bit. It's fucking rad. Highly recommend. So that was my Friday night. Saturday, as is going on outside of the barbershop right now, was the Spring Art Festival in Winter Park. So I think I'm the only one out of the 3 of us that partook this year.
The spring one is heavily more attended than the fall one.
The spring one is a fucking beast. And if you go out, you can see it. It is crazy populated. And I mean, I saw some really great art, walked around, but mostly I partied. Saturday, we started off at Prado, which we got lucky enough to get this fucking fantastic table. We fucking raged. Had drinks. It was the huge table that was inside outside. We did the Chapman. Chapman is a fucking pile of hot garbage. I'll never fucking go back in my entire life.
Where is that?
It used to be a Viking stove store. So it's on Park Avenue towards the front. It's now called the Chapman. Place is a pile of fucking hot garbage.
I've not heard.
Terrible.
I think it's a hit and miss. It's been open for like a month.
Yeah, about a month.
But I think that I've heard more negative reviews than positive.
So the food was terrible. The service was world-class bad. Like, I'm talking... So I always thought Park Avenue Tavern was interesting because Park Avenue Tavern to me, they should fucking have remembered who I was. We walk in with a huge group. I order 17 Jaeger bombs. I tip $100. And this fucking bar who has 9 patrons throughout the day don't remember me when I walk in. I'm like, I think I consisted of 25% of their income on this day, and they didn't remember me. That blows my mind. The Chapman, it's like they've trained their fucking people to actively be pieces of shit to you. Like, they are actively, like, rude to you. I use the trick I usually use, which is I walk up, I order a round, and I cash out right then so that I can tip a huge amount, and then they know, come back to this guy because he's going to fucking tip you the next time. Then I keep it open. I did that there. These people treated me and my party like fucking garbage. It was fucking terrible. I will never go back to Chapman ever again.
So tell me, I've never been to Prato. Tell me, you rate it, and I've never been, and I don't think Trevor has either ever been.
To Prato? I've been to Prato.
What do you think of? What do you think of Prato?
It's shitty Italian food.
So he doesn't like Italian food.
No. I'll give you an honest assessment of Prato. Prato is actually I would prefer to go there than more Italian places because it's not like Italian. I think that like you're saying about Chapman, I think the wait staff is condescending and whatever other word I'm fucking looking for.
I was going to say
being
the same
fucking
thing.
douchebags and
The
assholes.
food at Prato is excellent, in my opinion. I love.
They act like their shit doesn't
I love
stink,
the food.
and I actually avoid most shit on Park Avenue like the fucking plague, man.
The service is pretty bad at Prato. Like, I agree. This area has a plague of this fucking. It's like this calculated indifference that the service staff wants to treat you like shit. Ravenous Pig is fucking the perfect example. They actively, on purpose, treat you like garbage.
They're assholes.
They fucking, that's part of their business model, is you walk in and they treat you like you're fucking nobody on fucking purpose. And the owners, Petrakis, I played fucking Little League baseball with this kid. Like, I've known him my entire life. And I went to the old place. The food is excellent. And every time I've gone, the service staff treats us like fucking garbage. And I'm like, dude, I'm attorney on Park Avenue. Like, I am your demographic. Why are you treating me like shit? And that is very much what Prato is. However, the food is excellent. You just got to put up with terrible service. It's like going to Key West. You go to Key West, the service is known to be terrible. They don't give a shit. They're all Key West people. But you're going to Key West. If you're going to Prato, you're going there for the food. You understand the service. They're going to treat you like shit. Briar Patch is the same fucking way. They treat you like garbage. The only place I've seen that I thought always treated me well was Boca at the end of Park Avenue. I've always found that
I like Boca.
They have good service there.
Yeah.
Good food, good service. It's just Prato, though, the food is good enough that I will.
It's worth
I
putting
think
up with
the service I've always had at the wine room has been exceptional. The ladies there they really go out of their way. They want to help you with the wine.
I mean, my experience there is limited, but I agree with you in your assessment.
But the one that I because I'm kind of partisan to Hannibal Square, I think that because Trevor and I in particular, know all the business owners really well, we get on really well. So whenever I've been to Park Avenue Tavern, I know they're closed now, the service we've had has been exceptional. They know what we want to drink, but the one that has consistently been bad, and I would hate to throw them under the bus, but I have to because you've done at least one, is Vincent. I get on extremely well with Vincent. I think he's a good friend, but
I think
the
isn't
service,
that place being bought by a
no,
friend?
it's been sold, but but I just feel that for the 4 years that we've been going there, it's
Maybe it'll
almost
change under the new hands because that person, if it's who I think it is pretty rad.
the new, but they'll be under completely new. It'll be a new model.
I went to that place that you're talking about once. It was horrible. I'll never go back.
Yeah, I mean, he had a polite altercation there outside. I think you were sitting there on a Sunday. Was it when you and the Intuitive Muse were sitting outside? There was something that happened that was not very pleasant.
I don't know.
But whenever I've been there, and I do what you do, right? So I go there with a group, give a good tip, and I'm expecting to get good service, and I'm being very conversational with the staff as well. So, I want them to know that I'm here. And I've been there many times. And every time I go, it's like, like they don't know who you are. It's like you are a complete and absolute stranger. And I know the owner really well, and we continue to be friends, but I don't go there because they just have been, the service has been awful. And I almost want to say that I think the owner knows that his staff are awful.
What an exciting Funkler Nuggets.
I mean,
that took a dark turn.
Yeah. I also ended up after that went to Turkey, which was fucking delicious, on Morse. There's also a place in College Park that does the same thing. Highly recommend. It was fucking great. The staff was excellent. Everybody treated us great. We had a great seat outside. Rock and roll. We did stop at Ava. They treated us great. Fucking love Ava. It's overpriced.
A lot of people don't like it.
It's because it's over. I think people complain about it because it is overpriced.
They were assholes to me too there.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it's just me.
Dude, I don't know what to say because I have been treated really well by every different person there. And I don't know, I don't fit their demographic, but they have treated me well.
I find they go out of their way. I really found
do think so.
if you want to, they make great cocktails. I'm not a cocktail drinker. And
their
then
G&T, their gin and tonic is the best.
Gin and tonic is the best I've ever had.
Best in town.
Right? And I would say to them, I don't really drink cocktails. They say, you got to try a gin and tonic. And they come up with this massive glass.
I mean, it's got peppercorns.
It's got everything in it. And
cucumber.
I just think they go out of their way. And then, their menu, I just feel is outstanding. They are overpriced, but, the venue is in the, it's in the epicenter of Park Avenue.
And then I finished the night at Little Indies. I missed the Muse. Anytime I'm at Little Indies, I'm looking for Intuitive Muse to be there. It's not the same if you're not partying and hanging out. It was like a pajama party. So there were women there who were just literally
wearing pajamas.
At some point, took even their it was just their bra. It was an experience.
You can, when you call me, when all you guys call me, no matter what time of day, the ringer, you're on emergency bypass and it rings my phone.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was the call, man?
I mean, you're not partying.
Yeah, but I'll go look at
pajamas.
I mean, it was pretty rad.
And
I gotta tell you. And I know the Muse loves that fucking place, and the fucking DJ there was hitting. It was good. It was a good night at Indies, and I went as late as I could, and I still ended up home by noon. I mean, we started drinking at 2 on fucking Art Festival day. So,
thank you for listening. With me, as always, DJ, the Young and the Restless, and the Prince of Misery.
Oh my gosh,
like it.
Was that your DJ name?
That was.
All right.
You got it.
We got it.
Yes.
Let's see. Special thanks, as always, to the Wizard of Ed and the Intuitive Muse for rocking the setup and breakdown. Love you guys. Love you long time. I mean it.
Oh.
Hey, connect with us on social media for more adventures. Like, subscribe, send us comments, questions. Party on, Wayne.
See you in the promised land, baby.
Congratulations on the wedding.
Woohoo!